I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Coach, the sun is set in Chicago. The temps have dipped and will continue to do so. Jacket and blanket weather. It's that time of year at Soldier Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Ready, break.
59. Mike's 59. Hey, take.
Go. Look.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 11. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they said the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
14.
They go play action with Wilson. He's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Pick your game up.
14.
47 Mike. You ain't got nothing. 47's the Mike.
There's Wilson to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Delano Hill. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Go. 47's the mark, boy. 47. Check.
Here's Wilson. It's complete. It's Miller. 27 yards there, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On second down now, it's Elliott, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now Wilson on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They come out here in the eye.
Come on. Switch.
Now here's Pollard. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard that time, second and goal. On second down, it's Pollard. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Tony Pollard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
On the ready.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Go faster. Ready?
They run. It's Gurley. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
90 Wolf. Recon. 152 fighter. Get it.
Looking to throw on second down. Clemens. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Look at me. Zipper.
Operating from the gun. Clemens got a man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 26.
Go. 10-2 soft.
On first down, it's Gurley. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple.
218, chop. Go.
Here's Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 12 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action now. Wilson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
A first down carry by Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jannard Avery came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now a draw play for Gurley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. From the gun, Clemens. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Check. Fresno.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. From the 22, Wilson flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Spot that.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down. That's what counts more.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. The give is to Elliott, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to air one out for Anderson, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Yeah, good for 22 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got the hook up to McLeod. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down.
60 Pittsburgh. General West.
First and goal. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Go.
Operating from the gun, Clemens. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
30 base. Christian travel.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. They'll try and run it with Gurley. Fights him off. And he will not make it to the goal line here. So they'll be unable to bump this lead up to a field goal as it remains a 1-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
First down, Lions.
10th carry now for Elliott. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Touch 50, touch 50.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter if it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Alex Anzalone with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Detroit. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Back now at Soldier Field. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Back now at Soldier Field. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. The Bears on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Clemens. And he gets it to Funchess complete. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. And he has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path, a significant number.
A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Get it.
To throw on second down, Clemens. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Check, 59, 59. 3 buzz.
From the gun, Clemens. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Clemens looking deep downfield. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Clemens. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yo, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. third down. Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for the Lions. 46 yards.
A gain of 46 yards on the play.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now it's Wilson. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Mike 51.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So still a little work to do here, but they got the much-needed conversion.
So they got that taken care of. Now you would assume onside kick in order to try and get the ball back again, in order to try and kick at least a tying field goal.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Again, they run with Gurley. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, box drop. Ready?
Operating from the gun, Clemens. He completes it to the tight end Knox. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 36. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Clemens. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down. So hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this isn't going to get there. It's no good. Didn't get enough leg on it. Not what you'd expect from an NFL kicker. And it's going to be the final act of this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind.